Hey, defenders of the fortress, Radamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Dwarf Fortress. Episode 32, Ready Our Walls for More Hostility. Another mandate. Crutches. Work order. Crutches happen often enough that I will just make crutches regularly and hope that, like, short swords aren't asked of me often, because I really don't want to have to keep doing this. So, make copper crutch. Make one, if I have the copper, and check monthly. And he got reelected. The mayor, that is. Probably so that I can make more crutches. Or, in his case, crossbows. Sorry, I misspoke. He's Captain Crossbow. So let's put in where our next bolt throwers are going to go. Put one here. And one here. Because we're going to want to stock them up with, like, ammo and the like. In order to be sufficiently ready for sieges that come via the surface. Moods. Why is another person really upset? You are a monster slayer, and you're pissed because you probably haven't slayed any monsters recently, I'm gonna guess. You've been unable to, like, pray to gods because you don't believe in our gods, and we don't believe in your gods. Okay, I mean, that's definitely a you problem. Not one I intend to even attempt to fix. Yes, cave adaptation vomit. I wonder if this skylight is enough. I mean, I would assume it is, because it's frequented often. What's probably happening now is, like, it's people that just have had cave adaptation for a long time and need to, you know, they're just emerging from their caves for the first time in a while. So this one is going to be bolts loaded, but no one stands ready, just like the other ones. What I'm hoping to do is to get a siege squad going once we have 6 bolt throwers. So we have 6, 6, and 6. Although the siege engineers aren't like military squad, it's like a job. But it's not one I want them to practice, because I don't have enough. Well, I'm actually going to channel this and this. I don't really have enough material for them to, like, practice their bolt thrower, because, like, it's just going to exhaust my entire bolt supply. Because when I say it's rapid fire, I mean, I'll show you. I will do it once. Reminds me of the meme that I saw a long time ago, which is like, no full auto in the building. If you know the reference. It makes sense to you, I suppose. But it was like airsoft, and the guy was like, had a airsoft gun that fired really, really fast, and he got yelled at because they're not supposed to use the airsoft guns on full auto in the building, and he's like, it's not full auto, it's not full auto, and he pulls and holds down the trigger, and it just completely goes brrr. And the guy was like, oh, oh my god, okay, yeah. Who is... a whole bunch of people are fighting. Some rat got into our Axe Dwarf squad's training ground. Good job, rat. You are quite possibly the dumbest animal in Dwarf Fortress. I appreciate you. So drinks are going down. I don't know if it's like meaningful yet. Prepared meals are not. So once I've done more of the... Once I've done more of the siege defense, I'll look at sort of the economy to make sure we're good on that front. Yeah, we're barely able to feed bolts into this thing. I think our bolt queue is also maybe worth looking after. So what was the work job for the bolts? Work order. Oh god. Iron bolts. So I'm going to forge them in 3s. And if less than 1,000. Probably I could even go higher than that. But, you know, we'll start at 1,000 and work our way up. So it is midsummer at the moment, and pretty soon we should have a sort of a late summer immigration wave, early autumn immigration wave. That's generally when they arrive. And I know I have like massive holes in my defenses here until what are you doing? You're loading it, but there's no bolts to load it, so you're just like wobbling back and forth. I mean, the epitome of like, look busy, the boss is watching. Has that kind of energy to it, I would say. A 1,000 seems too low given the fire rate. Yeah, it probably is. At the end of the day, like, if 1,000 bolts doesn't kill what's besieging us, we're probably not going to survive it anyway. Right? Like, if you're... It's like, how many bullets do you want to give to, like, the average soldier? They don't need, like, 10,000 bullets. They're not going to survive to be able to use 10,000 bullets. A few hundred bullets? Sure. 10,000? No, that's not all that reasonable. So, like, that's where my mind goes to, which is like, does it even make sense to have them be able to have even more? Because there's not really a situation where like they'll make use of it. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. So there's 3 bolt throws there, and we'll do we'll finish the walls and do 3 up there. I also channeled this out so that if we did want to practice firing, like the bolts get caught in the wall there. I figured, oh, why not? Because I'm sure you're going to want to see me like go burr eventually. Because it is hilarious. So this is the same as like our archery range. It's just a backdrop so that the bolts get caught somewhere. I'm not really sure it collects like regular bolts, but whatever. I built it up. It doesn't matter. All right, migrants. Starting to get that migrant wave. I'm assuming these are the migrants. So let's start assigning them bedrooms. So every single bedroom is ready. First one's going to go to Mothcat, the Dwarven child. And our standard interview process. Your 2-year-old who lies adequately. Doubt, but fine, whatever. They don't seem suspicious. Next up, Bemble, the child. You are 6. And you have a lot of social skills. Okay, sure. Go with... Doesn't seem all that reasonable, but whatever. Toulon, the peasant. Oh, they were right at the top, weren't they? $46. Interesting. A lot of like these people coming in, tons of social skills. Not a whole lot of anything else. I mean, I know they're a peasant, so like that makes sense. Because peasants typically don't. Question. Given the copper used, what is the quality of your bedrooms? So, after I multi the next one, I'm sort of curious, like, how much better the copper is for the bedroom. So that would be like Toulon, I think, just got a... I'm never going to be able to find you. Tobal. Sort by alphabet. Modest. Okay, so it wasn't like ridiculous because it's not engraved or anything. I was just sort of curious if it moved the needle much. Cheesemaker, Urvad, and also Lore. Urvad. You could be a fighter. Armor user, discipline. Yeah, you'd be good in combat. Climber. Yeah, they'd be pretty capable. And then Lore, your husband, absolutely has no combat skills, so I guess we know who protects who in that relationship. You've persuaded and negotiated for her to do your protection. You've maybe intimidated her into it, too. Okay. Both of them look on the up and up as far as I'm concerned. And for the moment, I'm sure there's going to be more migrants. MoMAs. Unfortunately, none of these people are like... I mean... Oops, wrong person. None of them had, like, skills that I was really after. It'd be nice if there was a sort option for, like, newest to oldest or something. That'd be pretty sweet. And you are an adequate stone crafter. I might put you in the stone crafting, I won't lock you, but yeah, put you in a stone crafter role. Seems reasonable to me. We have even more migrants. So let's keep going. Hey, Kellyan and Gemini, thank you for the resubs. Got an herbalist here. Unib. They're good at herbalism. That's about it. We're getting pretty close to that, like, pop goal. Cole, the cheesemaker. It's funny to think how many, like, cheesemakers I have in my colony here. I have, like, a lot of cheesemakers. It's like, is cheese real? Like, for a subterranean species, we sure have a lot of people that like to make cheese. It's a little odd. Then we have Litast, the Weaver. And they might be able to join the Weaver role, because I don't have a lot of Weavers. And they're a High Master Weaver, very good conversationalist. Okay, so let's take a look at the Weaver role. That would be Clother? Well, not really. I mean, sort of related, but, like, technically not. I would need another weaving role. I don't think I need weaving in that volume that I would need to assign them the actual, an actual role like that. I'm not going to bother. This bedroom is going to Orlon the Woodcutter. Talented. Okay. And I will assign him the role 2. He's as talented as the last one. So that's not a bad migrant, I would say. All right, that's Pop 92, so we just got Pop 93. That means that there's yet another. And if you're wondering why I'm, like, staring at their skills and whatnot, it is a consequence of me trying to sort whether or not they're going to be suspicious for, like, vampires or whatever. I'm trying to figure out if I need to be worried and isolate them or exile them. So Logum the Peasant. And I mentioned this a lot, but essentially if they're ridiculously talented for their age, that's a tell. So if they're, like, you know, if their skill doesn't match up with their life experience, that is one potential tell that they're, like, an immortal vampire or a unaging vampire rather than a dwarf. A thresher that came with Reg, a milker. I didn't see my population go up, though. Was Reg already in here? Vukar and Reg. Okay, let's take a look at them, too. Vukar is a master at something. Master Thresher? Legendary Thresher, I mean. Okay. You are 85 years old. That's not unreasonable to be legendary at something at that age. Wait. You're very quick to tire and very weak. Yes, legendary Thresher. Threshing, you know, requires a lot of strength and endurance. So she must have one hell of a technique to be able to do it at a legendary level, given her, like, complete lack of physical ability. She is a Bodorf. Interesting. Not Marksdorf. Pretty good in negotiations. Could be our barterer, to be honest. And then your husband. Not very skilled at all. Alright. Pop 95, so we're getting awfully close to goal. And I removed that last bedroom because I don't have anyone to put in it. So these... The original 2 bolt throwers have a full stack. The new ones do not have a full stack. Still working on that. And all the steel required for the remaining walls are done. I wonder why there isn't an option just to, like, build reinforced fortifications. Because there's reinforced wall and fortifications, but not the combination of the both, which obviously could fit here on the bar. So I'm doing, like, reinforced fortifications because they're going to be stronger. But it's odd that I have to go through the, like, extra step of doing it. Seems not reasonable. Additionally, with the immigrants, they did come in with some animals. We'll put up on the pasture. Now, I remember to do that. The other thing is, when you grow your population, you're going to be growing your cults and religions and guilds. So it would not surprise me if we had requests for additional temples and guild halls, given the growth of population. So we'll keep an eye out for that. Check it up on Mark's Dwarves. Basically all in armor. All X Dwarves are in armor. Perfect. That looks pretty good. I'm gonna double check that I haven't left anyone out of a bed. Yeah, everybody has a bed. Sweet. Everybody, without fail. All right. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay. 13 bedrooms left. So we could raise our population up to maybe 105. I know I could go up to 108, but I don't want to push it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go up to 105. A little bit higher than the 100 cap. Oh, that's a visitor cap. Where's my pop cap? Population cap. Here it is. 105. Now, the other question I have for you guys, and I'm going to have you vote on this one. Should I install bolt throwers at the Cavern? So I have surface bolt throwers, but I do not have Cavern bolt throwers. So this is what the Cavern entryway looks like. Did I fix the weird... Yeah, okay, I did fix it. So this is the Cavern entryway, where this leads to the caverns. There's 2 bridges for security and a bunch of fortified walls. And if you want me to install bolt throwers there, I'm happy to do it. And if you don't think it's worth my time, I'll move on. Take a look at stocks. Prepared meals looks fine. Drinks, on the other hand, might be something different. Taking a look at the kitchen tasks, I'm going to make sure that we are not brewing things that shan't be. Alright, I'm not going to cook barley seeds. That feels wrong to me. I'm not going to cook our wines either. Alright, that looks about right. I'm glad I revisited that, because it's been a minute. And it looks like you guys think I should create some bolt throwers at the Cavern. So the next question is, I'll leave that up for one more minute, but if yes, the other question is, should I replace the initial Cavern defenses with steel? At the moment, they're just shale. They're shale, basic shale walls, and I could improve maybe this section here, this area right there, to be steel worthy if you want. So that will be the follow-up question. Ooh, Feymood Metal Crafter. Oh, this could be interesting. It's the first time there's a chance for like a weapon. Well, Metal Crafter. Who knows? Yeah, they claim the forge. Okay, you guys do want bolt throwers. Should I reinforce the walls of the cavern defense with, you know, steel or something else? So it will be like, yes, steel, yes, like, but cheaper, like copper or whatever, or no. All right, so this one's been claimed. He's grabbing silver. Rough shards. Silver is not like a great metal for an inspiration like this, but whatever. Steel or platinum would have been better. Platinum for like... And a rat bone. Silver and rat bone. Whatever, and rough shards. Whatever it's gonna be interesting. I'm for it. I wonder who he's gonna give it to. Hey Xavier, thank you for the resub. And you do think I should be reinforcing it. All right. How reinforced? Steel. Cheaper than steel. So, steel would be, at the moment, like the best reinforced wall I could get. So what I could do is I could do like 2 shale and steel would be cheaper than steel. Or all steel, or like all, or so I'll do steel, shale and steel, or all copper. I don't know if all copper is going to be like good or whatever. The weird thing is like these walls don't have hit points, so I'm not really sure like how strong they are. Is there a way for me to check? Because as far as I know, I don't know how. So I'm like building defenses, but have no idea how effective they are. I just have to guess. Skulking filth. Alright, a silver scepter offers to the Insightful Cavern. So the Insightful Cavern is our government. How good is this thing? 6,000. Pretty valuable. Got it. And it looks like you guys want it steel. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. Add new task. Bolt thrower. Out of willow. Bolt thrower. Out of willow. Done. So we're gonna do 2 bolt throwers down here. And we are gonna reinforce the caverns with steel. That's what you all voted on. So the current priority is grow the town, expand siege defense. I guess that's still technically true. So I'll put 1 bolt thrower here. Maybe I'll do 3, like 1, 2, and 3. I think that works. So I'll do one more bolt thrower. Was this willow? Yeah. Bolt. Willow. Also keep an eye on the drinks available. If it drops too much, I'll have to pivot and start working on throughput for brewing. Because I think it is kind of reasonable to have 3 brewers, given a population of almost 100. And to have more stills available. Make sure that we have like streamlined pots, etc. I don't know. There's improvements to be made. I'm just need to focus on it if that's what we do. Ooh, we have another axe lord. I like that. So bolt thrower right there. Now it's a little sketchy to be removing the fortifications before the next ones are built, but like there's not really a way around that. I guess what we could do is we could close the cavern, but we're working right around where the levers are, so I'm not too worried about that either. As far as the caverns go, if we open up, yeah, there's nothing that we know of that like could possibly pose a reasonable threat, so I'm not concerned. Now, a lot of the oh, I forgot to engrave you. A lot of the progress here that we need to make for is contingent upon getting steel. So we're going to want to make sure that we are pushing as much through these smelters as possible. I might need some additional smelters. Should I ramp up smelting? Do you want me to get more smelters? Yes or no? I don't know if I have more furnace operators, but of all the immigrants I brought in, some of them were like cheesemakers or peasants or whatever, threshers, weavers, and they could be hired as furnace operators if you think that is a reasonable thing for me to do. And I'll probably have to do the same thing for drinks. Alright, I think what I'll do here is, how far can I go? 7? I'll dig out wings here. I also might want to reinforce this spot right there, too. But that can wait. Mandated the construction of certain goods. You mandated short swords. I'll just one-off that. It doesn't reoccur often enough for me to put it into a bill, I don't think. Much the way I'm ramping up my steel production, I'll probably need to do the same for drinks. Sure. I think it thinks that, like, me pausing to save, like, lowered my frame rate, which is dumb. Like, my frame rate was lowered because you the game was... Never mind. Alright, military. Bolt thrower facing south. Put it here. And facing or north. I hope they don't fire on one another. I just realized that there's like a non-zero chance of like crossfire here. Yep. I'm not going to address that. We're going to pretend like the chance of that is 0. Play a little make-believe. Okay, let's make some more smelters. So, workshops, furnaces. We'll do a smelter. Oh, you know, I'm going to want to make some room behind it. But, we'll do 2 more smelters and 2 more metalworkers just to make sure that we are got a decent amount of throughput. So if I want more metalsmith forges, actually, I don't think the metalsmith forges are really the bottleneck. I think what I'll do is I'll replace this smelter with the metalsmith forge and then do more smelters up top. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So it's smelt. Okay, I like that. So smelter here and smelter here. And if we're doing one more metalsmith forge, I guess we've been using iron anvils, so we'll make one more iron anvil, which is other object, iron anvil. So that's 6 smelters and 3 metalworkers. A good mix, especially for our population, I think. Was that silver? Hold on. I might have hit silver. Steel. Steel. Okay. I'm going to get rid of this smelter here. Now that we have all these other smelters. And let's pick out some people that could be furnace operators. So that would be... I thought I had a job as furnace op. Didn't I? Furnace operator. Didn't I have a work detail for them? I swear I did. Brewer. Carpenter. Jeweler, weaponsmith, armor, smelter. There we are. So we have 4. Let's add some more. Peasant. You. Peasant, you. And maybe one more. A weaver, I'll leave alone. Any peasants just, like, almost certainly don't have other useful skills. Perfect. Alright, now that that's done, go to the work orders, and we want to adjust, I'm going to do pig iron bars at 3 shops, hematite or magnetite and limonite at 1 shop, or let's say 2, steel bars at 3 shops, and increase that up to 5, pig iron to 5, so for steel, we need lignite, or we need coke, which we have lots of right now. Iron, pig iron, flux. And I think this should work pretty well. And then steel, we're just going to make until we have, if it's less than like 100. Just like make it in big bulk. I'm not going to be upset that we have a lot of steel. Said no dwarf ever. Alright, these bolt throwers need to be loaded. And the anvil got done, so we'll put in workshop, metalsmith with an iron anvil, and jet. You know what? Let's raise the shop max of those bills. So work orders. Pig iron bars can do 5 shop max. Steel can do 5 shop max. And that way we just like issue crazy amounts of smelting. And I think that should help. I think that should help with some of the resource bottlenecks we've been experiencing. Thank you for tuning in to Dwarf Fortress, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but I'm not looking for feedback for this series. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhodamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhodamont.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow dwarves.